In the headlines, a commitment by the Chinese to make a major investment in road renovation on the West Coast. An opportunity for Dominica to cash in on a new line of products by the Essential Oils Cooperative, and the Calypso Association mourns the death of Michael Beauplay-Lafleur. I am Kenny Williams with the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for details. First up, a promise that a project to repair the West Coast Road will start soon, as the Chinese government formally demonstrated its commitment to financing the works on Thursday. That happened at a ceremony for the signing of letters of exchange between Prime Minister Skerrit and Ambassador to the People's Republic of China to Dominica. The Chinese ambassador says the two countries have reached a new agreement on the upcoming project.
We share the pain that you felt when Erica passed. We started calling officials of the Dominican government on day one before Erica passed to learn about the devastation by Erica and about what help Dominica needs. In parallel with this, we worked closely with our colleagues in Beijing to prepare assistance to Dominica. Chinese government gave high priority to assisting Dominica after Erica. That's how we managed to provide first batch of grant aid of $300,000 within 72 hours. An additional $200,000 in a few weeks later.
While a budget for the project has not been announced, Prime Minister Skerrit says in any currency, this is a major investment the Chinese government will take in the country.
It is the Chinese government that came forward very early to say that the government of China will underwrite the costs associated with the rehabilitation of the West Coast Road. Otherwise, we would have had to raise the financing. And you are able to raise financing for capital works in the country, either for grants, through loans, or through local revenue. And I have said repeatedly to the country that the revenue which we generate from taxation is unable to meet our basic needs. And therefore, when we receive grants from governments, it is an effort to minimize the burden on those of us who pay taxes in Dominica.
The letters of exchange laid out commitments by both governments on the way in which the project will be implemented and financed. Meantime, the Public Works Minister wants drivers to have some more patience when they await the completion of the project. No specific date was disclosed at the signing ceremony for the start of the project, except to say that it will be soon.
To many drivers and pedestrians who traverse the West Coast Road, I wish to thank you for your patience. Today's ceremony is a testament to the fact that your government understands the need to place the rehabilitation of that highway as a priority project, and this is why we are here today. However, I wish to call on citizens to be even more patient, as it will take some time between today's ceremony and the actual commencement of works.
The project will include reconstruction of bridges and replacement of traffic signs, road markings, and reflective road studs.
The road project will include the following: replacement of bridges destroyed at Macquarie, Battley, and Point Round, as well as a reconstruction of wing walls and railings for the bridge crossing at Coolibistry. Rehabilitation of culvert crossings and drainage infrastructure at Mero, Macquarie, Salisbury, Battley, Coolibistry, and Picard in Portsmouth. Some slope stabilization will also be included. Repair of damaged sections of the road surface in identified areas, including the Jimmet Petro-Caribe Junction, Taru, St. Joseph, Mero, Macquarie, Salisbury, Battley, Anscola, Bioche, and Dublanc.
The 100 million Chinese-funded West Coast Road Development Project was completed in 2011. On a more somber note, the Calypso Association is saddened by the death of a friend and colleague, Michael Beauplay-Lafleur. Apparently, the well-loved Calypsonian had been ailing for some time leading up to his death Thursday morning. Not too long ago, Buple went on the airways to clear the air on rumors that he had died. He had been described as one of the more brilliant local Calypsonians.
Let me just express on behalf of the Calypso Association our condolences to the family and friends, of Buple, and to his fans as well, and everybody who knew him and everybody that gets into contact with him. It's a very sad day for us at the Calypso fraternity, because he was definitely the type of person that you could call a complete Calypsonian, and we knew that he was not well for a little while now. He's been in and out of Dominica, taking medical attention, but we were always in the hope that things would have gotten better, and we live in that hope. But unfortunately, it didn't happen the way that we wanted it.
Victor says Buple will certainly be missed.
Buple is the type of Calypsonian that has the ability to on stage or to come anywhere and make you feel that you are getting your money's worth. He is just a star. Wherever he steps on stage, he shines, and he's also a complete Calypsonian in the fact that he could do everything. He could do his own music, he could write for himself, and he could sing. So it was one of the complete Calypsonian. And in terms of his personality, he was one of the most friendliest and joyous Calypsonian that you could be around. Buple would come around you and just feel, if you're sad, Buple will take all that sadness away from you and make you feel joyous and happy. He was that kind of person. And we really, let me tell you something, it's no joke. Buple is going to be missed big time among us in the Calypso fraternity. It's a very sad day for us. It's a very, 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 very sad day. And on behalf of the Calypso Association, I again want to just offer our condolences and strength to the family and friends and fans of Buple.
Michael Buple Lafleur was 47. On to some exciting news now. A Discovery Channel produced show is exposing aspects of the country's adventure tourism to the world, and the tourism minister anticipates it will boost tourist arrivals. The Discovery Channel and Sharp Entertainment American Tarzan show, filmed on island, will feature 6 episodes. Locally, it debuted on Marpin's Channel 19 on July 6. The mental toughness and stamina of the competitors is being tested through challenges on the island's rainforest at various tourist sites. One person will ultimately be dubbed the American Tarzan. So far, 2 episodes have aired. Tourism Minister Robert Tung says the reviews have been generally positive.
What this does, it provides quite a significant amount of awareness to the beautiful country of Dominica. But as you know, this show is a specific show in terms of Tarzan and survival. So it's really based on surviving the nature. So many people say, but why aren't we seeing other parts of Dominica? This is not that particular type of show. This is a show specific to what we call seeking adventures, soft adventure. Some of it, as you can see, is actually hard adventure.
Tong acknowledges complaints by Dominicans that the names and descriptions of areas referred to by the show's producers are questionable.
So one of the things that we have to do is to ensure that the film, there's a filming committee that handles the approval of these are correct and adequate, I think. So one of the things that we have to do is to ensure that the film, there's a filming committee that handles the approval of these are correct. I think someone mentioned that they said that the Lai River went into the Atlantic Sea. So we will do our best to fix some of these, but as you can see, we're getting a significant amount of awareness to Dominica. Persons are going to our sites to see what is Dominica about. So the next step is that we as the hotels have to do our promotions to ensure that when persons see Dominica and they want to come to Dominica, our sites, our websites are up to date and they provide the best possible information, and that persons will want to come to Dominica. As you know, we're working very much on our air access, to improve air access into Dominica. That has gotten much better. So we hope to see better results for the rest of the year.
Dominica is also tipped to be the setting for another American show.
People are coming to Dominica, and many of the travelers, what they're looking for is an experience. And these shows show you an experience. There was another show that we were hoping to have had in Dominica this year, which would have been even bigger than the Tarzan, but unfortunately due to the effects of Zika, they did not come to Dominica. So we're hoping that maybe next year we can have them into Dominica again to improve on our strategy of awareness of Dominica, then the marketing of Dominica, our access to Dominica, and also the hotel plan. So I would like to also thank the persons in the name of Mr. Clem Johnson, who is one of the persons who is pushing for these films to be shot here, and he normally works with these people to ensure that everything is smooth and safe.
Government provided in excess of $60,000 worth of concessions for the filming of American Tarzan on island. Hoteliers are concerned that they are unable to upgrade their properties to complement developing market trends. President of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, Gregor Nassif, expressed the concern on behalf of the hotel sector on Thursday when the Prime Minister met with hoteliers as part of a pre-budget consultation.
The destination is able to attract new investments through the CBI program, which has so far shown great promise. There is a significant risk to the existing hoteliers that we will not be able to keep up, to upgrade, to expand.
Nassif has lamented that the Citizen by Investment Program, CBI, does not cover assistance for investments in existing hotel developments.
It's very interesting also, a huge part of the reason that the CBI program is so important is that it is in itself a form of financing. Bank financing has largely dried up throughout the region for large new hospitality investments. And CBI has given the opportunities for investors to raise funds and to start. However, that leaves the existing properties in a bind because bank financing is very hard to come by and CBI does not apply to existing properties.
Prime Minister Skerritt has said that the hotel sector will see increased assistance when the national budget has been announced. More from that consultation in a subsequent newscast. Coming up, how far is renovation works on the Roseau Cathedral? We'll have an update. Thanks for staying with us. A new line of products is on the cards to be manufactured by the Dominica Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative.
Speaking to Channel 5 News, President of the cooperative revealed that the establishment had entered into an agreement with a company based in Trinidad to manufacture new oils from plants which can be found locally. However, Tropical Storm Erica disrupted these plans.
Prior to Erica, we were moving into new oils. Sweet basil, patchouli, and ilang ilang. That's grown on island. We intended to sign a contract just before Erica with a firm from Trinidad to develop 2 new vats for us to do those new oils. We hope when we build a new distillery, there will be 4 vats, 2 for the new oils and 2 for the bay oil.
Geist says there is a range of other products in the pipeline for manufacturing by the cooperative.
We used to do aftershaves and colognes and soap, but for a little while our equipment is giving some trouble, so we hope going forward we can do all those things. We're also looking at using bay oils in detergents because we are rebuilding smarter. We will do everything smarter. We had a business plan before Erica. It means it has to be tweaked post Erica. So we have a consultant who is doing that for us now. So that will be available to us in its entirety at the end of the month.
The Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative is also looking to supply a demand for their products in the United States market.
The manager visited the broker in the US. And because of a high demand, the broker is we are trying to make sure we can meet the needs of the broker. I believe that there's technology out there that can be used to make bay rum, but it will not be as the bay rum we do on island. So hopefully we hope we can supply the market and not allow that to take precedence over our local bay oil.
In June, the Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative received $100,000 from the Ministry of Commerce, which will go towards the reconstruction of 4 artisan distilleries on island. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
In more news, a new deadline has been projected for the completion of renovation works at the Roseau Cathedral.
The disclosure was made by the Bishop of Roseau during a press conference on Thursday. Renovation works on the Our Lady of Fairhaven Cathedral began in 2011 and was initially scheduled to finish in 3 years' time. However, several delays have been encountered along the way. Currently, the cathedral renovation is moving into Lot 5, which is expected to begin next month. Lot 1 entailed the removal of furniture in the cathedral. Lot 2 involved the removal of the asbestos roof. Lot 3 consisted of the retrofitting of the foundation and walls of the structure. And Lot 4, the placement of the steel frame.
We are moving towards Lot 5, which is the actual placement of the roof material, which we have been awaiting for practically a year. We are awaiting the material from America, and at a certain point we had to remeasure because it is a very complex roof. So in the next month or so, we hope that we'll have the roof material down here in Dominica, and the work will continue in earnest.
When the roofing material arrives on island, it will take an estimated 3 months to construct the roof. However, a lot more work is needed to restore the cathedral to its former glory.
Besides the covering of the roof, the ceiling is going to take a significant amount of funds. Tiling of the floor, benches that we have given to other parishes, we cannot bring them back. We have to make new benches, quite a few of them. Painting, the electricals, and many other things. It is almost like doing a new building, only with the solid walls on the external part of the cathedral. So pretty much we're building a new cathedral because of all what we had to do.
The Catholic community is planning a fundraiser to coincide with the Feast of Our Lady of Fairhaven. That Family Fun Day is scheduled for 14th August. The Cathedral Renovation Committee is calling on the business community and the Dominican public to play its part in helping restore the cathedral.
Take, for example, a company in Dominica doing pharmaceuticals will say that within my budget a year that I am deciding to give to the cathedral every month from my advertising budget $500. So 500 by 12, you do the maths. There are companies that can do a lot more. We're going to need, in terms of completion, another almost $3.6 million EC. We're going to need that $3.6 million because we have raised over $6 million thus far, spent over $5 million, and we have just under $800,000 left in terms of figures that we have now that we can work with.
As regards fundraising efforts for the cathedral roof renovation project, the church will be hosting its annual musical melee on Sunday, 17th July at the Arak House of Culture. The new date for the completion of the project is now mid-2018. Fundraising for the roof project initially began in 2004. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
They are committed and dedicated workers, but their living conditions at their headquarters in Roseau needs to be improved. And that's exactly what the Minister for National Security has promised. The headquarters of the Fire and Ambulance Department in Roseau was originally built to accommodate 18 officers. The facility is certainly too small now, with the increasing number of fire officers joining the service each year. The Minister for National Security has pledged to invest over $300,000 to bring about the needed improvements.
In that regard, in this financial year coming, 2016-2017, we shall be spending to the tune of $325,000 to improve the living condition at the headquarters in Roseau. Now, that is just a start, but the long-term plan is to relocate the fire department consistent with the time in which we're now living. We are also going to be doing some repairs to the building housing officers down in Portsmouth, and we shall be addressing all the issues one by one till we address everything.
Minister Blackmore spoke at a recent graduation ceremony for 27 new recruits. He said this profession is one which calls for passion and commitment. The Forestry Division is reporting success in combating the chytrid fungus which has affected the mountain chicken population for the past 14 years.
The mountain chicken breeding and research facility, which is located near the back of the Botanic Gardens, has been successful in curing mountain chickens of the fungus once in captivity. However, out on the field, it's a different story.
Chytrid mycosis cannot be treated in the wild. There's no cure as yet in the wild. It has been tested, but we still cannot eradicate it from the wild. But in captive, it can be treated. We do have a fungal bath, a Sporanox bath. We bathe the frog in, and that process lasts for about 22 days, and the frog can be disease-free. So we have received frogs from the wild which has been sick with chytrid, brought them in captive. We do have a quarantine unit, and they stay in and we treat them up to 22 days, and then we have the molecular lab as well, which is a big part of the project, and they let us know if it's positive or negative. And we have brought back frogs from near point of death, and definitely the captivity treatment works.
The chytrid fungus has affected mountain chickens on the islands of Dominica and Montserrat. Montserrat discovered the virus 4 years after Dominica did. However, that country has not been so successful at its efforts at rehabilitating its mountain chicken population.
In Montserrat, they don't have a captive breeding facility. What they have is the research component, where they go out in the wild every single night and monitor for the frogs, set transects and so on. And also in Montserrat, they were the first to test let's say the frog treatment, which is the Sporanox treatment in the wild, and found out that it's not actually working. So right now they're down to actually 2 wild frogs. And recently they translocated those 2 frogs. They actually brought the female to the male. And now the future for Montserrat is to hope that those 2 frogs can breed.
Montserrat receives overseas-based assistance when it comes to the in-captive breeding of their mountain chicken species.
Another thing with Montserrat, they have had successful breeding of the frogs in Europe, ZSL and Darrell for exact, and they have brought the frogs back to Montserrat, released them. I think the first one was 66 frogs, the second one was 62, and most of those frogs have died off. The reason why, again, is because of the competition with cane toad and the scarcity of water sources.
Currently, the mountain chicken breeding and research facility in Dominica houses 4 healthy mountain chickens, 2 females and 2 males, and is undergoing attempts to have successful in-captive breeding.
The future for the mountain chicken is very positive. My colleague Josh and I, we definitely know that it is bright for the frogs because 1 week we know that they are breeding in the wild and the population is increasing, and we know that the frogs in captive are showing signs of breeding, so it's just a matter of time that we breed in captive.
Dominicans must remember it is illegal to hunt the frogs now as they are an endangered species. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
That's news. Coming up next, sports highlights. First up in sports, assistant coach of the national under-16 basketball team, Derek Alexander, says the executive of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association is on the right path to developing basketball in Dominica. His comments follow the recently concluded Caribbean under-16 basketball competition in which Dominica participated.
The association, their way forward, the way they think, I think basketball is on the rise. And if they could do that for the youth, you know, in that short space of time, to bring the youths to Guyana, I mean, that show volume. To put this in less than 2 months and to have a team, you know, go to, I mean, Jamaica, Guyana, was, you know, kudos to them.
Alexander says other coaches at the competition commended them on their results, given the many challenges they faced prior.
All the coaches, when they say, what? Less than 2 months? Oh, wow. You know, they give us, and we tell them the thing, they say, oh man, you know, big up man, that put, you know, that bring all the level, because there's no way if they had, you know, if we had the time that they had, and it would have helped. As coaches, you look together about for a week maximum, maybe about 12 hours, 15 hours, at least. But then we only was like Friday and Saturday. So it's Friday we train from 4 to 6. Now we have half of the guys would come from Portsmouth, bring them down to Goodwill, and we conduct that practice. And then on Saturday from 11 to 2. So, and then with that now, because of the school exams, you could not take them out from, that kind of thing.
Meantime, the assistant coach says the addition of under 15 and 19 leagues could be the solution for improved basketball product here.
We have to have an under 15 league. We have to have like an under 19 league. So then you can measure, so we can use that as the yardstick. You see what we did now? We did maybe the reverse. In a sense that bring them to the tournament to measure, to see where we are at. But then if we have the under 15 league, at least we can use that and measure, and then we can get the best talent.
In cricket, A.B. de Villiers top scored with 82 runs to help Barbados Tridents beat St. Kitts Patriots by 25 runs in the 14th match of the Caribbean Premier League on Wednesday. Tridents batted first and scored 180 for 6. Nicholas Poran added 38 and Kieran Pollard 27. Sheldon Cottrell picked up 3 for 25 and Samuel Badri 1 for 41. Set 181 for the win, Patriots could only reach 155 for 8 by the 20th over. Jonathan Carter scored 46, Faf du Plessis 42 and Lendl Simmons 18. Meantime, the league moves to Jamaica on Friday between Jamaica Talawas and Guyana Amazon Warriors at Sabina Park. Next up, West Indies leg spinner Davendra Bishu says he is prepared to bowl long spells in the upcoming 4-test series against India. Bishu, the only specialist spinner in West Indies' 12-man squad, last played a test in October 2015 against Sri Lanka. Left-arm spinner Jamel Warrican had made his test debut in that game with an impressive 6 wickets match haul, including 4 in the first innings. Bishu took 7 wickets at Sabina Park in 2011. At one point, he was West Indies' second highest wicket taker with 12 in 3 matches. West Indies' 4-test series against India begins at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua on July 21. Back with more basketball, well, defending champions Detroit Blazers showed they still had what it takes to be victorious when they beat contenders Fast Cash Prowlers in Wednesday's version of the 2016 Flow DABA League. Blazers took the match 83-79 to capture the win. And is a shark mightier than a tiger? Well, that was put to the test as more basketball action unfolded at Trafalgar on Wednesday. United Insurance Sharks narrowly edged out Tigers. Final scores: Sharks 66, Tigers 65. Meantime, the league continues on Friday at 2 venues. At Massac, it will be Fast Cash Prowlers versus Tigers in the first division at 7, followed by Detroit Blazers versus Eagles at 9. Then over at Portsmouth, it will be a clash of the Storms when Digital Cloud and Kelvedaro Hurricanes go head-to-head at 7. At 9, LA Knights will take on Intellico Security Raiders. In other sports now, Pakistan ended day 1 of their first test against England on 282 for 6 on Thursday. Misbah-ul-Haq scored 110 not out, while Asad Shafiq chipped in with 73, Mohammad Hafiz 40 and Yunus Khan 33. Chris Wokes took 4 for 45, Stuart Board 1 for 44 and Jake Ball 1 for 51 for England. That's all the sports for now. Join us next time. Here now is Farah Rock Career with your weather report.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to your weather. I'll be your presenter, Farah Rock Career. We go straight into some earlier infrared satellite imagery, and what it showed is convection associated with the intertropical convergence zone and also tropical wave as well, expected to affect weather conditions later tonight into tomorrow. Earlier visible satellite imagery showed just a few low-level clouds across Dominica and also the other islands in the central portion of the Lesser Antilles. Earlier radar imagery showed indicated just a few isolated showers across the Lesser Antilles. The weather tonight will start off as fair to partly cloudy and occasionally breezy, and will become increasingly cloudy, and the weather tomorrow will be mostly cloudy, breezy with scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. Therefore, residents in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and fallen rocks are asked to exercise caution. The marine conditions tomorrow will be moderate, and waves are expected to be up to 7 feet. Let's take a look now at the weather for the weekend. Well, a tropical wave will affect weather conditions tomorrow, resulting in mostly cloudy skies, breezy conditions with some scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. A relative improvement is expected Saturday, partly cloudy skies with some scattered showers. However, on Sunday, a low-level trough will produce mostly cloudy skies with some scattered showers on Sunday. The rest of the Caribbean tomorrow can expect generally cloudy skies with some scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. On the international scene, thunderstorm activity expected for Miami and Caracas. Generally cloudy skies across the city of London, and New York and Beijing can enjoy some partly cloudy skies tomorrow. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:42 a.m. and will set at 6:40 p.m. Please feel free to visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow evening for our next weather broadcast. Thank you.
To end the news, the headlines again. A commitment by the Chinese to make a major investment in road renovation on the West Coast. An opportunity for Dominica to cash in on a new line of products by the Essential Oils Cooperative, and the Calypso Association mourns the death of Michael Beauplay Lafleur. Feel free to contact us at news@mapping2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Kenny Williams. To our viewers around the world, we thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.